Nature eases the wandering soul. The touch of grass, the warmth of the sun that tingles on the skin, the stress that becomes so small, it feels like it no longer exists. When you allow yourself to stop and be in awe of the plants, the trees, the birds, they will remind you that life here on earth is precious. So what's stopping you from doing more things that make you feel alive?
Trying to figure out why this place is closed really early. It closes at like 5 o'clock, which is kind of weird for a nature preserve, but it's like very swampy. And thinking in the night, this place turns into a whole hunting ground for whatever crocodiles or alligators decide to come up out the water, but who knows? It's a nice little walk though. But not much to see in animals wise. It's just a lot of trees, which is great. I don't think that took 20 minutes to walk around, which is okay because it's closing time. You want to know what's kind of a guilty pleasure for me? Chipotle. I swear to you, I haven't had a burrito in like forever, and I decided to get one now. And I'm like, I know when I usually get the bowl because they don't stuff as much food in the bowl, and I literally can't hold all of that food. But the burrito, oh my God, I don't know how they stuff so much food in it. Yeah, this is literally 2 meals in one, because I'm not even going to try to force myself to eat, even though I am hungry. But nope, not trying to force myself. But I love me some Chipotle when I'm hungry and I'm just like, I need to eat something, and I'm not anywhere near the house or anything. I'm just like, yes, Chipotle, always a win. Oh, and the sauce, the smoky Chipotle sauce, you just pour out some, and it makes it just kicks it up a next level. It's just like, yeah. So I'm about to go slap my face. Girl, where are thou? Oh, change our mind. She changed her mind.
I feel like this is all random and nothing is connected and everything is just chaos. But then that's just how I feel in the moment, because when you look back on life and on the things that you've done, you realize that it wasn't that random, and everything was actually leading to somewhere. Where is that somewhere presently? I can't tell you. Future me can probably tell you, but right now, I just think everything is chaotic. But in the back of my mind, I know it's not. But, well, it is still chaotic, but there is some order to the chaos. Maybe I could be completely wrong. Who knows? I'm back in my favorite place again. The sky. Takeoff will always be my favorite part of flying. I really love being in and above the clouds. I flew with American Airlines this time, and the flight was a smooth takeoff. I did not feel any drop or anything to begin with. Having that smooth takeoff was really a blessing this time because I just felt really relaxed and really excited. But before we even get to the takeoff, when I got on the plane, I had a aisle seat, and I don't like aisle seats, but whatever the case, that's what the lottery gave me because I didn't pay for my own seat and I didn't want to. When I was sitting there and waiting, and they're like, oh, boarding complete, and there were only a few people left. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll get the full row to myself, where that would be awesome. But two people showed up for the window and the middle, and I was like, oh well, was a good thought. But that wasn't the case. There was this air hostess. He came to me right after. He was like, you want a window seat? And I'm like, of course. And he's like, okay, take the one back there. So I get up, grab my bag, and I look around, and I see that there's no rows that are open. There's at least one person in every row. So I waited for him because he had walked to the middle part of the plane. And when he turned around, I was like, which one? And he's like, anyone. Anyone that has the window open, just take that one. So I'm like, all right. So I chose the one on the other side, like right behind the seat that I had. I got in there, and the lady was like, oh, well, I love when there's no one in the middle because it gives us more space and all that. So I'm like, okay, cool. So that was already a pleasant experience where I'm like, yes, I ended up with a window seat. This is amazing. I don't know what it is, but I always fall asleep on a flight. I try my hardest to stay up and read or just pay attention to something else, and I always go to sleep. At one point, I wanted to edit on flights because, especially longer flights, I was like, I can be very productive with this flight. Yeah, I get on the flight, I'm like, that computer is not coming out of that bag, so I might as well take that thought out of my head where I'm gonna edit because I know it's not gonna happen. So while I'm falling asleep, because I did start reading the book I'm reading right now, and I was just like, all right, let's go to sleep. It was very rough. It was very rough. At one point, they had to suspend service because it was really rough. But the air hostess came around with a Biscoff cookie and then like water, and I got a little sleep, and then I woke up and I'm like, I want another Biscoff cookie. I don't know why, but I want another one. So right before we go to land, I'm like, you know what? Let me use the bathroom now, because when I normally get out, the first female bathroom there's always a line. I don't know why, but there's always a line. So I'm like, let me go do that before we actually land.
So I get back there, and the air hostess is back there, and he kindly opens the toilet door for me, and I'm like, oh, why, thank you. So when I came back out, I was like, hey, can I get another Biscoff cookie? And he was like, how many do you want? And I'm like, and he's like, do you want a sleeve? I'm like, a sleeve? What? And he says to the air hostess, the lady, he's like, yeah, just give her some Biscoff. And she's like, oh, of course. And she jumps up, opens the little cubby, and pulls out this long thing of Biscoff cookies. And I'm like, oh my God, no, that is way too much. And he's like, no, it's not. Take it. I'm like, what? The lady hands it to me, and then he's like, someone is going to be really happy that you have this. So just take it, just take it. I'm like, okay, all right, whatever, cool. Thank you. And I'm about to walk away, and he's like, take the bag. Ain't nobody need to know your business. So he hands me a bag. I put the cookies inside. I'm like, oh my God, this is so many cookies. It was such an amazing gesture. I had a really, really good time on that flight. And then going to the door afterwards to eat. That was the best Jamaican restaurant to go eat. But their food has declined over the years, and I think it's declining a lot more quicker now. That was the only place I could think of when I was just like, yeah, I need to eat. But I'm back in New York for a short little while before I head back to Florida. And I'm always excited to come. And being here always feels like coming home whenever I come to New York. Even though I don't feel like I have found my forever home yet. Because I haven't found that place where I'm just like, yep, this is it. This is it. This is the place that I want to come back to every time. I will go travel for 2-3 months. I'll go do this and whatever else with traveling, but I will always come back here. I haven't found that place yet. So I am still searching for that place, and I know I'll find it. I'll find it. Jamaica was a candidate, but then I came from Jamaica, so I don't know if I would want to live there again, but it is an option where I would actually test drive before I'm like, yes, this is it. It's a great place to go on vacation, of course, because Jamaica nice. Jamaica's always nice. But the world is huge. And every time somebody is like, oh, the world's so small, I'm like, have you traveled? Have you been to a country that you cannot pronounce the name? If no, the world is not small. So whatever you're thinking, that you go and you see someone you recognize every single word that you've traveled to, if it's not somewhere where you don't know anyone, you can't even understand the language, and everything that you're seeing is completely new, no, the world is not small. The world is giant, and you need to explore it more. So yes, I will be forever searching for the forever home. Until I find that, I'll still be exploring. I was having a conversation earlier this week about the saying preparation plus opportunity equals success. And I feel like preparation normally is touted as being something that is required. But honestly, from everything that I've experienced in life, it's openness that you really need to have in order to be more successful or to do the things that would allow you to be successful, because you can be prepared as much as you possibly can, but life has a way of turning things the opposite direction of what you're preparing for, and then you're thrown in the midst. And if you're not open to the situation, you're going to fight it with all your might. So instead of actually thriving, you're going to feel the opposite. Being open to anything, any opportunity, anything that actually comes your way, being open to the fact that, hey, I know nothing about this. This is probably going to take some time to learn because, again, I know nothing about this. And I'm just going to have to be very patient and know that I will learn what I need to at this point. Whatever I need to know in the future will come to me. But right now, I just need to figure out what's going on. I think that's what stops people from really trying things that is outside of their comfort zones, because it's the fear of not knowing what to do, not knowing the first step. And it's like, we never know the first step. We never know what to do, but somehow we figure it out. And then we figure it out to a point where we get really good at it, and then everything changes. If you're still waiting for the perfect opportunity to find you because you're so prepared and you're so ready and you know each step to do and everything to do if that thing does come your way, there might be another door that's right open saying, hello, I'm over here, walk this way. And you're busy banging down the door that's literally closed and it's not going to open. But there's another way that is way easier. It might be take a little bit to learn, but it's gonna flow a lot more. So it's the openness that you have to that situation that's really going to make you shine. When you feel like there's a flow happening, that's when success really comes. And success in itself is your definition. My definition of success is completely different from yours. I might say my definition is finding my forever home and traveling as much as I want, and understanding that my forever home will always be there for me to come back to no matter what. And I don't have to think about expenses or where I'm going to sleep or what I'm going to eat because that is all taken care of. That is my version of success. Yours might look completely different. And it probably will, because we're not the same person. So it's an openness to truly take advantage of the opportunities that come our way. That is what's going to lead to your version of success. Because we all have different versions of success. And if you are waiting to get the motivation to do something, I have a harsh truth for you. The motivation will never come. It will never come. You're just going to have to do it. You're just going to have to start. And when you start, then that momentum builds where you know, okay, well, I did the first step, the smallest thing that I can do. What next should I do? And that's how you build momentum. You don't get it by waiting for the motivation to be just right. And then you're going to feel like, yes, I'm going to do this. No, you kind of have to train your body to do things different. And because your body is not used to doing that new thing, you're going to have to say, listen, buddy, we going to do something new. And we're going to stick with this and we're going to keep doing this. And then when we can't do this anymore because it's just not working, then we figure out what the next level is. And that's how you keep growing. And that's how momentum is built. And that's how you start doing the things that you actually want. But don't wait. You're going to have to start. And be open to the idea that opportunity is there. You just have to be open to it.